out shopscope.com today where you can buy my creative packs. Right now, I have a fire pack, cloud pack, lightning pack, and a color/LUT pack. All these packs are great and going to help you upgrade as an artist. Use my code SHOPSCOPE for 15% off the entire store. What's going on YouTube? It's CALSOSCOPED back with another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down Stephen Curry still splashing artwork within Adobe Photoshop. I really wanted to experiment with water elements and just go outside of the box of what I've generally been doing recently, really understanding how a person should look underwater and the elements that will make it look realistic while keeping it nice and vibrant and pleasing to the eye. Before we start the overview and my thought process as what went on within this artwork, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and comment what videos you want to see next. So starting out with this Stephen Curry piece, something for me is always, all right, so I know that I want to get everything on this piece first, and I don't worry too much about blending everything in at the beginning. This was kind of an exception because I'm not too sure about how to use water, and I don't use water very often within my artworks or poster designs. So really wanted to make sure that I got the subject looking right. So you guys see me kind of start manipulating the color of the subject and also the color of the background, and just starting to get a little bit more of those blue tones quickly and right away instead of putting all the elements on then blending like you guys usually see me do. I knew that I wanted to have a lot of atmospheric perspective and also a lot of depth within the scene. That was another one of my goals. I wanted to have depth within the scene, so that's why I put that underwater abyss type of abstract underwater landscape that you might see in a movie like The Mermaid or something like that along those lines. I was really thinking through this piece and really liked what I was seeing as far as the depth that I was making early on, and I didn't think that I would be able to make that depth so fast. But the underwater piece being blurred out and also putting that haze over the top of that land, haze is very, very important, guys, and don't underestimate how much haze can have an effect on your piece. You can honestly get away with just using haze instead of always using blur, because haze, it's just a fancy term. I'll put something on the screen, but if you were to look at a mountain in a distance, it kind of blends in with the atmosphere and it looks almost like it could be white as it fades further and further back from you and there's more atmosphere. It looks like it could also actually be white or blue or something of that nature, when in fact the mountain's actually brown. That's what haze is. That's what atmospheric perspective creates, and that's why you see the mountains and the shapes that are in the background there, they almost look blue and they're just totally not in focus, and they also just have a lot of soft color brushed over them. The gold petals that I put in this piece, that was to really signify the Golden State Warriors, because there wasn't too many other things that I was thinking of off the top of my head. So I really just thought about the gold petals because of those. Really was thinking to those black Warrior jerseys, and I really like those black Warrior jerseys with the gold accent. So my accent in here was also gold. It just didn't happen to be the black jerseys, but I think that this gold petal accent definitely brought in and can register in your mind imagery of, okay, Golden State Warriors. Then right away you obviously see Stephen Curry, so that only aids it. And these gold petals also were a big help to making more atmospheric perspective and just making it look more realistic of a scene. When I'm doing my scenes, I'm really thinking about, if there was a photographer in the water with Stephen Curry, how would he take this photo? And that's what I'm starting to do within my artworks, is think about the photographer perspective. Like, if I had a camera in my hand and shot this photo, what would I see? What would be in my foreground that's blurred away? What would be in my background as it gets further in the distance, and how in focus would everything be? So once you really start tapping into that space when you're doing manipulations, or really any artwork that you're doing, and you tap into, okay, where would the photographer be in this case? What angle would he be at? What aperture would he be at? All those little things that come up in cameras can go a long way when you're designing. So I was gonna add in this little scuba here, and the scuba, it just wasn't really registering as anything too important. I had been just wanting to put this because it had a cool light source by the end of it, you guys will see. And I'll just leave this in here just because I think that the blending was pretty cool, but I just didn't really have a place for it. But I wanted to be kind of like this destruction just happened. It might have been right after he played a game or had a crazy moment. And so like he's the destruction, they're recovering from it. So I don't think that a scuba like type of vehicle really fit this one. It just didn't look natural. All right. So that's just what it is in general. Did use some color lookups from the shopscope.com LUT pack. Make sure you guys go cop the LUT pack. I've had a lot of great reviews on the LUT pack and the color lookups that you guys are able to just plug in and see a different variation of your design because of the color grading that I really took my time to go in and flesh out. So check out shopscope.com, use the discount ShopScoped, and you guys will get a 15% discount on everything in the store. There's more than just a LUT pack out right now, and be on the lookout for the new card pack that's coming out soon, guys. So yeah, these bridges here, I had a lot. The masking process of these bridges took a while. I'll definitely say that, but I did learn a new masking technique. Shout out to CT Designs for really pushing me on learning the channel masking, because before, I kind of been a little scared of doing channel masking, I'm not gonna lie, but now I'm doing channel masking and you guys see it right there. And I'm going to bring a tutorial. I'll bring you guys a quick tutorial on how to do channel masking the way that I do it. I don't know how everybody does it, but the way I do channel masking, it seems pretty precise and you get really good selections pretty quickly if you want to get those little accents, like you see on the bridge how I had those little tiny accents in terms of the strings that fall off of a bridge. So using channel mask can actually get you that pretty quickly and pretty efficiently. So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on that. That'll be my next video, mark my words. That'll definitely be my next video that I bring to YouTube. It's a channel masking tutorial. I think that will be super dope. So let me know if you guys are excited for that one. Shouldn't be too long, shouldn't be too painful. Getting back into it, see, I kind of just got rid of the machine. I got rid of the ship. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just keep saying whatever with it. The scuba dive machine, the vehicle, all right. Anyways, this is where I start blending the bridges in, and I wanted to make sure the bridges blended in very well. Brought down a lot of curves, so my main things that I used on here were curves, color balance, and hue and saturation. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick overview / tip / guide of how to use your adjustments. Okay, so doing a manipulation can seem very overwhelming at first and very complicated. Break it down like this. You're going to have about 3 adjustments on each piece, and once you nail the first color balance and you nail the first hue and saturation and also your curves, everything else is going to fall into place from there. So let's say I match Stephen Curry to the underwater scene and I have his color balance on point. He's a little bit tinted blue, right? I have the curves on point. He's dark enough where it looks like he's really in the scene underwater. Some parts of him are darker, some parts of him are lighter. I also have hue and saturation. Desaturate him because he's underneath the water. Now, once you have those basis adjustment layers, paste the same adjustment layers on almost everything and then just adjust from that. Don't make new adjustment layers for no reason and then be like, okay, my colors are off. Why don't you just copy the same color balance, copy the same hue and saturation, even copy the same curves for everything in the scene almost. And then once you have things that are going to be further in the distance and darker, you're going to adjust that original curves layer that was on Stephen Curry to be darker. So now you're going to have reference from the past adjustment layers. So maybe your curves is darker, but your hue and saturation and your color balance are going to be very, very similar. So don't overthink doing a manipulation. And I feel like that is a lot of times what young designers or designers in general will steer away from, because they see that there's so many elements to a piece and it can be overwhelming. But try to break it down the way I just explained right here. Adding in those hazes. So you often will see me just brushing in haze and brushing in a lot of random layers of haze, because as a piece goes, I kind of get in a flow state and I'm not as precise in the beginning as I am when the piece starts going. When the piece starts going, I might just add a straight up blank transparent layer and then just paint black for shadows. That's how confident I became in my art way, and just the way I make art is I don't have to go buy the book as much, and it's really not a flex. It's just something that comes with time. You can just add random layers and paint, and truly just paint sometimes, and make your own hazes, make your own shadows, make your own color balance, just putting it on different blending modes. So this is a testament to doing what you do every day at a high level and just having the confidence over time. This type of artwork is not something that you just wake up one day and just figure out how to do. No, but you could figure it out a lot faster if you do it every day and you really study the best creators in what they're doing, and study color in life, study movies, study abstract art, study the art that you like, study everything in life. And because everything is art, so everything has to be created. So the more you study everything, the quicker you're going to learn, as well as getting your reps in. Definitely get your reps in. And as always, these project files are available on Patreon, CALSOSCOPED. So if you guys want to get a complete in-depth look at what I really do and break it down in the best sense, be sure to hit the link in my description or search CALSOSCOPED Patreon. So that's going to about do it for the Stephen Curry still splashing artwork. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown and overview. I want to start doing more videos like this because I just feel like they're kind of chill and it's a little bit more laid back. I'm still talking about the art, talking about what I do, but it's not direct commander of, okay, we're making a Photoshop tutorial today. So yeah, that just means to say I just like doing it, and I hope that you guys really enjoy this type style of video. So let me know if you do down below in the comment section. Until next video, let me know what you want to see. Check out shopscope.com today, get my marketplace packs, and stay scoped, guys. Peace.